And welcome to Options Traders Academy. I am Dr. Christiana Anise, and today we are going to go over the telltale signs a stock might pop using the Robinhood platform. And before we get into it, I am using the Options Traders GPT, so if you don't have that, you need to download that now. You can check the link below to give you access. And before we get into it, I am in no way a financial advisor, do not claim to be. I am a educator that's educating you and giving you resources, tools, and strategies to help you gauge the market. All right. So this is a platform for beginners. Now, if you don't like using Robinhood, totally understandable. But for a beginner, it's a great platform to start with. All right. So that's what we're using to start learning. All right. All right. So let's get into it. So telltale signs a stock might pop using Robinhood. Here's a clear checklist using features built into Robinhood. So number one is the big pre-market price move. What to check for. So tap into the stock and look at the extended hours chart. All right. So what you want to see is a gap up in the pre-market, especially greater than 1 to 2%. All right. So holding those gains, not fading back down. And the bonus is Robinhood shows the percentage move in green before the bell. So that's really good. And a pro tip is if it's up pre-market and no news, be cautious. Those will often fade out. All right. So if it's up on earnings or news, now you're cooking. All right. So just make sure you don't just look at the movement of the stock, that you check the news. The news is really important. I know some people are like, I don't trade the news. I don't look at the news. But I mean, all the sentiments, any data that you can gather when it comes to a stock that you're investing in, I strongly and highly suggest that you check everything. All right. That's why it's good to have Options Traders GPT, because you can ask it to check the sentiments and the data for you and scan the market to give you that information right at your fingertips. Number two is unusual volume alert. So what to check? Scroll down to the volume under the stock's info. What you want to see is a volume is already spiking above the normal average before, say, 9:30, I think that's Eastern time, and then 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. So a great sign is if volume is already over, say, 100K to 500K pre-market. And that's kind of how I scan as well. Why this matters is because big volume equals big interest equals momentum at the open, and it won't fade. Another indicator is chart pattern. So flag or base in extended hours. What to check for? On the 1-day chart, zoom in to the pre-market candles. What you want to see is a price is flagging or coiling up under a clear level, holding above a pre-market low and setting higher lows. Looks like it's getting ready to break out, all right? If it's just consolidating tightly near the highs, breakout setup. All right, number 4 is news tag. Like we just said, Robinhood app, what to check for. And I check this daily, nightly, all that. Right under the chart, look for news section. What you want to see is earnings beat, upgrades, M&A partnerships, AI news, etc. If the price is up plus strong news is confirmed, that equals momentum could carry through the open, okay? 5, options chain activity. What to check for? You want to tap the trade options, look at the volume and open interest on the near-term calls like this week or next. What you want to see is heavy volume on out the money calls, large open interest plus green contracts. Even Robinhood color codes percent, even Robinhood color codes percentage moves and volume. So easy to spot the heat, all right? And it helps me with my hit list and things like that as well, because people always ask me, how do you know? How do you know? I use all the sentiments, all the indicator, like everything that I can to find it. All right, so pre-market pop signal flow using Robinhood. What you see, stock up 2 to 5% pre-market with volume climbing. What it means: big buyers showing interest early, price holding above extended hours VWAP zone, all right, usually 1-day chart, buyers defending the gap, possible breakout, high call volume on near expiration contracts, options traders betting on a move. News tab shows strong catalyst, reason for move, and it gives that move fuel. All right, and then chart making higher lows pre-market. So if you're on your chart and you're looking at your chart and you see the higher lows pre-market, you already know buying pressure is building and it's most likely to pop. All right, so here's an example, like a walkthrough. Let's say you're looking at NVIDIA at 8:45 a.m., all right? And this more than likely is not Pacific, Eastern Standard Time, because we start the market at 6:30, all right? So you see it up 3.2% pre-market. Volume is already at 1.1 million before open. The news tab says, hey, NVIDIA beats earning, raises guidance. 1-day chart shows price flagging under 503. Options tab shows massive volume on 510 calls expiring this week. That's a textbook pre-market pop setup. That's a A+ setup right there. All from just Robinhood alone, all right? So we're not talking about any other platforms, just Robinhood. So what to watch pre-market on Robinhood is the green gap in price. It is a volume greater than the usual early. I don't know why I said it like that. Positive news, clean chart patterns, call option flow heating up, and holding pre-market gains with no fade. All right. So this is why it's really important to have resources and tools like the Options Traders GPT, because it's more than just finding a contract and getting in and crossing your fingers and hoping that you win, you know. For me, I love looking for the calls. I love looking for the bullish contracts. You know, I very rarely go into the puts, even though, you know, there are some people that just love just to do puts. So I'm the person that loves to do calls. You know, when you get my hit list, 9 times out of 10 it's all calls. Okay, so you know, if you're thinking about getting on my hit list, and you know, I'm just telling you right now, I'm a bullish girl. I love finding the stocks and stuff like that are going up. All right, so I hope that this has helped you. If you like more information, you want to use this tool, the Options Trader GPT, just click the link below. And then also, just to let you know, that hit list that I was just talking about, it comes with the Options Traders GPT. I make sure that I scan the market in the morning and I send you guys over the list if I see something, if I see some setups that I think would be good for the day. All right, have a blessed day. Talk to you soon.